How are you? I will just put here my full screen. Good afternoon, good night, good morning maybe. Yeah. I'm here in Montreal, Canada. Yes. Just really, it's really dark now. It's been like, it's 6 p.m. So it's good night. Yeah, if you are here next to Montreal, Canada, or the East Coast, yes. And well, Saturday again, 6 p.m. for me, instead 10 a.m. That's my usual live streamings, you know, Saturday 10 a.m. And today, well, I have some things to do, work and family, and well, I decided to change it and to put it at 6 p.m. So how are you? Yes, I'm just playing here, warming up a little bit. Today I put as you can hear, it's not completely clean as usual, my Telecaster. So I put my AC booster, yeah, Exotic Effects. Yeah, really, I love that booster. It's really, you know, creamy and well, and you can just control volume, gain, treble and bass. Yes, so a really nice and flexible EQ. Yes, so I use it. It's always in my pedal board. When I use my pedal board, not always, but when I use my pedal board, it's always there. As you can hear, you know, it's a really nice for the three, especially for tele, yeah. Cody, how are you? Oh, thank you, Cody. Thank you. Well, I just practice, and you know, it's all about practice, you know, and how, as we discuss this topic, if I remember well, you know, in one of the lessons, and Dan, yeah, 2 students, yeah. Cody is one of my students online, of course, because he's from Toronto, and Dan, well, I saw Dan today, yes. Yoda, how are you, Dan? ST, can you, sorry, my today I just, I need to put my glasses, but I don't want to do it, you know. Soloing, going from major to minor, yes, of course. And I mean, I believe you ask me asking for from minor to major pentatonic scale, and this is a topic that we worked today here in my studio with Dan. Yes, minor major pentatonic scale, and yes, of course, it's really, yes, it's actually, I don't think like going from major to minor, and I don't want to confuse Dan. Just don't hear this, Dan, today. South Carolina, yes, ST from South Carolina. Actually, depending the style of music you play, yes. Um, Sometimes you need to play more minor pentatonic scale if you play, let's say, classic Chicago blues. Yes, there's not too much space for major pentatonic scale. So that's case one. Yes, a style of music that you need to play 98% of minor pentatonic scale. And then we have the other case, which would be some country music or rock and roll, some kind of Rolling Stone stuff, you know, like Tumbling Dice, yes, or Honky Tonk Women, so that you need more major pentatonic scale. And then you have something in between, which is the style I like the most, which is, it's not going from one to the other pentatonic scale, from minor to major, is just adding some major notes to my minor pentatonic scale, which is, minor pentatonic scale is the spine of my playing, or I would say the spine of the sound I like, and I spice up a little bit that minor pentatonic scale with some notes of the major pentatonic scale, but I'm still in minor. Yeah, my way of thinking is minor. Yeah, I have a few videos about that in my YouTube channel. You can check out later. Minor and major pentatonic scale. Yes, and I explained very well there with a few examples. What I can say now, ST. Yeah. What's the universal tip? Yes, well, move up 3 frets. That's kind of, it's good when you start, but then when you start, if you're a beginner and you start with the 3 frets, it's the first approach. I believe that. What I do is not thinking, I call that Ivory Scale when I overlap both, yes, minor and major. So if we play in the key of A, yeah, we have minor, and we have major. And we have Ivory. So as you can hear and see, yes, I am playing both at the same time. I create, yes, a net with all that notes, but it's minor pentatonic scale plus 3 notes or intervals I bring from the major pentatonic scale, which is the major third, the 6th and the 9th. Yes, so between the notes of my minor pentatonic scale or blues scale, I play the major third, which is not from the minor pentatonic scale, it's from the major pentatonic scale. And I hear these last 4 notes, I could play also these 2, which is the 6th and the 9th, which they come from the major pentatonic scale, yes? So, but what's the trick here? It's playing minor. And put some condiment with the major intervals that they come from the major pentatonic scale, you know, which is the major third, the 6th and the 9th, and I have here the same 3 intervals, yes, around my position 1 of minor pentatonic scale, yes. So, minor penta, major third from major pentatonic scale, the 6th from major, the 6th from major, you know. So after you practice and you pay attention to some solos, you will discover that some players, like for example Ronnie Earl or modern players like Matt Scofield, for example, they use a lot this kind of hybrid scale, and they call it mixolydian mode, which is right, is correct. You know, they play the same notes because the mixolydian mode is the same as the net I show you. You know, this salad of minor pentatonic scale. When we overlap minor and major pentatonic scale, we get the mixolydian mode, and one extra note, which is the third. Yeah, we can play with minor and major third there. So that's why I prefer hybrid scale than mixolydian. But it's a point of view, you know. It's an approach. So you can hear modern players like Matt Scofield, as I show you, like this, you know. To me, it's hybrid scale. Is what we get after overlapping minor and major pentatonic scale. Yes, Dan, some mixing chords with lead. A little bit, yes, of course, Dan, I can show you more now. And I hope, ST, this explanation, so just to say it in a few words, it's not, to me, it's not going, if I need it, yes, if I need it, I can play just straight minor pentatonic scale or just straight major pentatonic scale. But what I used to do is not going from one to other one, I just blend them. Yeah, I blend them up and I play like kind of hybrid. That's the name I put, yes. And if you want more information about that, you can just check I have at least 4 videos I talk about that. And I give examples. I put some tapes you can see when you just search on my videos. There's a few videos. I put tape in the fretboard with different colors, overlapping minor and major pentatonic scale, yes, just to try to do it a little more interesting, you know, than just showing fingers, yeah. Kasra Mohami, hi Kasra, please call and response. Well, call and response, it's the, to me, I believe is the basic and most important form of this style, which is the blues, yeah? And you can hear that call and response always, all the time when you listen to blues, yes? Not only in the solos, but you can hear that in lyrics, you know? The singer used to just repeat twice the same, you know, phrase, and then there's an answer, yes, to that phrase, yeah. Basically, call and response is when we play a blues. I can just say call response or question answer. Question answer also is the other way you can find this on YouTube. Question answer. It's playing some licks or phrases, yes, or motif, yeah, that's right. I think that's the right word, yeah, motif, and try to create that kind of call and response or question answer, yes, that balance, you know, and you can, for example, there's many ways to do that, but for example, what you can do is to play the question, just use the bass strings, and to play the answer and create that contrast is using the treble strings. Yeah, so for example, we are in G now. That was my first question. I repeat my first question, same thing, or I can change it a little bit, you know. When I go to the 4th degree, agree, I can play my answer. Question again. Answer. Answer again. Question now again. Yeah, so I'm using the bass strings and the treble strings to create that dialogue, you know, that conversation, yes, like, yes, pretending that that's a conversation, yes. What you can do also is instead creating that contrast between strings, it's you can create that contrast, for example, with speed, yes. So, for example, very slow phrasing, you know. Answer. You know, my answer was like faster, you know. Question, slow again. You know? So that's the idea of question, answer, or call and response, you know. Try to create that, yeah, conversation, yes. And it's really useful not only when you play in a band, you know, with other musicians. It's really useful when you play alone, yes, as I am showing you now, you know. So it's interesting. You need just to sit down. It's really useful also to play alone using this system, because you will improve a lot of things. For example, the 12 bar, the 12 measures, you know, the 12 blues bar. You need to know, in order to create that conversation, you need to know always where are you standing in the sequence, you know. You can't, or you can do it, but probably it doesn't sound really good if you play a question or an answer in a different measure. Yes, I mean, you need to pay attention to that, and you need to listen to blues to discover that conversations, yeah. Which is pretty obvious, you know, after you listen to a few songs, you can discover that idea, yes. My Halloween mug, yes. No coffee today, it's too late for coffee. I'm ready for wine now. It's 6 p.m., it's really dark, snow, winter. No coffee today, but I promise next time I will probably put some. I have you know, Dan, I have something to put inside that mug, which is a single malt, yes. Chord change. Basic DGC, DCG. Well, that's not a basic chord change, you know, and it's not DCG. It's not a blues sequence, you know. You are playing D. Ah, five. Okay. Yes, C, D, C, G. D, G, G, C, D is, yes, 1, 4, 5, yes. From Guatemala, Andrés, buenas tardes, buenas noches. Chord changes. Well, I used that's a topic that I used to share with you. I like to talk about that. It's a beautiful topic, just playing over the chords or through the changes, yeah? On the changes or through the changes, you know. On the changes would be playing a scale. It's a more jazzy approach, and would be playing a scale. In this case, we are playing blues, so it's great if you play pentatonic scale, hybrid pentatonic scale, yes, not only minor. If you play hybrid, to me, I think it sounds better, yes, because when you add that major third and the sixth and the ninth, it becomes more sweet, the sound, yes. And I use that system, and I use this hybrid scale because I discovered many years ago I liked that sound. That was what I'm looking for, you know. So I worked hard on that system, you know, just overlapping pentatonic scales, or as I told you a few minutes ago, you can think it as mixolydian mode, yeah, at the same time. To develop that sound, yes, that's what I like to hear when I play, yes. So as John Mayer used to said in one interview, it's like he said, trace back why you like the thing and learn the thing that makes the thing you like, you know. And that's it's like that, you know. When you discover a music style or a musician that plays something that you discover is that what you're looking for, just learn what he's doing, you know, what he's playing, the mechanics of his playing, to put it in your own playing, you know. Basically, it's following the three chords, with each one of the three chords with a pentatonic scale. So if we are in the key of G, we have G7, C, the 4th degree, and the 5th degree is D. So we could move the hand, I mean box 1 of G, box 1 of C, box 1 of D, but it's going to sound better if you do it all the three scales here, you know, in the same area of the fretboard. So we have box over G, we are going to use box 1 of G. That's my G. When I go to C, what's the box that fits here for C? And it's box 4. And you can hear that, you know. I'm playing box 4, that's my root. It's the 5th string, you know, it's a C. Yeah? So it's box 4. The same box 4 you play here for A, which is the root, but you bring that box here to the 3rd fret, yeah? Yes. Back to G again. And when I go to the 5th degree of this blues, which is this 7th or 9th, here I touch my root with my ring finger, so I will play box number 3 of D. The same box you play here with your ring finger on the root for A, I put it here because my root is D. is the third chord of this blues sequence, right? C, G. Yes, so that basically is playing, following the chords, yeah? Playing, yes, following the chords, yes? So you will overlap three, each one of the options, yes? 3 scales here, you know? The 3 roots of your blues, G, C, and D, and you will start box 1, box 4, and box 3 of D, and so you create that net of notes, and it's really, what's the word, you know, it's really, when you overlap 3 positions in one area of the fretboard, it sounds really, you know, really tight, you know. It's not tight, the word, you know. It's like you don't hear that, because if you move your hand, I mean G, box 1 of G, when I go to C, if I do this, you can hear, which is another option. Yes, I play like that too, you know. But you can hear, I go to my C. That's my C. Back to C, to G, to D, you know, so it's like I do that, but not always, you know. I prefer just playing the 3 scales in the same area. Could be here, could be here, could be here. I can play the 3 scales, overlapping different 3 scales to cover the fretboard, you know. 1-4-5, not 1-4-3 ST, it's 1-4-5. 1 is my G, 4 is my C, and 5th degree is my D, yeah? So that's the idea, you know, playing on the changes. Playing through the changes is one step forward, you know, farther. If you want to start connecting the chords with something in between, you know, and it's a more jazzy approach, yes. So would be, you can use many different things to play through the changes, yes. For example, you can use a 2-5-1, or you can use a diminished scale, or diminished arpeggio, yes, or you can use 7th arpeggio. I mean, when you play, let's say in G again, yeah, you play your G. Usually we do this, you know. You know, we anticipate the C with the C sharp, the chords, yeah. Yeah, we play the sharps and flats in between, just to put that 3 chords more, you know, together. So you could play that sharps and flats with arpeggios or scale. Even if I don't use the chords, the rhythm section is not playing that chords, you can play the arpeggios and scales to connect them. Yes, so for example, again. Yeah, what I did there was I played C sharp and C, you know, with an arpeggio 7. That's arpeggio 7 of C sharp. You know, so there's many different ways to do it. I have a few videos, 1 or 2 in my YouTube channel about this, you know, and I have a few shorts too about that, with PDF files to download, so you can just check it out, you know. And then, well, we have many different things to do. Thanks to be here, your chat, yes, it helps me really, you know, just to create this feedback and answer your questions. I believe is the best way to give information, yes. So Telecaster. It's a broadcaster actually. It's a 70th anniversary, and with the pedal, you know, with the booster, it sounds really good. You know, kind of Robin 4 vibe. You know. About connecting the pentatonic scales, you know, on the fretboard, what I can suggest you is to practice separately the 5 boxes, you know, but one by one, take your time. I remember I used to practice, I used to just to practice, I just play one position. During 1 week, I play one position of the pentatonic scale, you know, for say box 5 of A. And I stay there just playing. Yes, E minor, yes. I played there, I stayed there a few days, just finding combination of notes, you know, playing some licks that I used to play in other boxes. Just I just put all my energy in that box, you know, unlocking sequences of notes, you know. Of course, following the style I like, you know. Simple things. Mixolydian. We overlapped with the pentatonic scale, the same box. just start connecting. Okay, that box 5 will spend a week unlocking and finding combination of notes. I did the same with box 1, another week, and then I put together both, you know. So bingo, you have 1 and 2 together, you know. And if you think about that, we have 5 boxes, and if you spend a week over each one of the 5 boxes, you will spend 5 weeks, which is nothing in terms of practice, you know, in a music instrument, you know. 5 weeks is nothing, it's a month and 1 week, you know. So it's nothing, and you will see when you focus your energy, when you put your energy in one thing, but more than 1 day or more than a few minutes, you know, a few days or a week, you will discover and you will improve faster. At least that's my experience, you know, and I suggest you to try that. And actually, if it's not good for you, you spend only 1 month, which is nothing, you know. Again, yeah. So that's it for today. It's 36 minutes already, and talking about scales. This is great, you know, talking about pentatonic scales and chords and blues. I just would like to thank you to be here. Of course, if you have more questions, I am here for you. I remember Dan asked me about mixing scales and chords, yes. What you can try is, instead playing the complete sequence, I mean the 12 bars, you can just stay in one chord dominant, yeah. I am using my fingers, and as you can see, slower. Yeah. And you can play phrases between the bars, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'm using 3 beats of bar number 2 in this case to play a line, and then I retake bar number 3 with the chord, yes. So write in a piece of paper, take pencil and paper and write the bars, let's say 4 bars, you know, and say, okay, we play G, 1, 2, 3, 4, I will play G, 1 bar, and then I will play 1 beat of the next bar with G, and then the remaining 3 beats of that bar I will play a lick or a motif, yes, a line, and then I need to retake the chord, yes. Put the metronome really slow, yes, really slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and that's my third. When I retake the chord, is my third measure, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1. Simple things. 3. So that's a way to play, to start developing a good sense of chords and phrasing, you know, in between. And yes, and following songs, you know, if you find a video that there's someone playing chords and lines in between, just you now on YouTube you can just speed down, you know, you can speed it down and slow it down, and you can just pay attention and count the bars, you know. You can play chords or you can play lines too, you know, like yes, or yes. So a few ideas today to improvise, to play over a blues sequence. Thank you very much. Thanks to be here. Yes, to following me in my YouTube channel, and to be here in these live streamings. Next Saturday probably I will be at 10 a.m. again. Leave your comments. You can put a comment here in this chat or in the video later, yeah, in the comments. You can visit my website bluesguitarlessons.ca. Of course, I give lessons here in my studio in Montreal, Canada, online lessons through Zoom, usually, yes. I find has the best quality, audio and video quality. Well, thank you very much. I'm on Instagram too. You can find in the description of this video all my links. I am on Instagram. I have a Telegram chat. Yeah, if you have Telegram, if you use Telegram, you can just join me to my Telegram chat, which is Blues Guitar Lessons. Yes, you can find my red cherry 335, which is here. Yeah, and thank you very much. See you next weekend, next Saturday. Yes, have a great weekend, this one, and a great week. Thank you.